practices have been energetic, competitive, and we've been able to cover a lot. And obviously, the weather has been conducive this year to getting outside quite a bit, which is the first time in my career here we've been outside as much as we have. So hopefully that'll translate to some positive things when we get started. But so far it's been great. I think leadership comes from everybody. We don't necessarily look at it from freshmen, sophomore, junior, and seniors. I think leadership is something that's involved with each and every one of our kids in our program. But in particular, our seniors have worked hard, particularly in the strength and conditioning room, and getting themselves prepared physically, mentally, emotionally to play the game. And we're looking forward to them stepping on the field and getting things done for us and showing some of our, particularly our young kids, how to travel for 6 weeks in a row on the road and how that works and how much of a grind the season can be. But I think they're ready. I think they'll do a good job for us. And like I said, leadership involves every class. It just doesn't involve one. So we're looking forward to everybody stepping up. And they've been terrific. They're all different type of kids. Some are quiet, some are a little more vivacious and talkative, but they're terrific kids. They've worked really hard. I think they're athletic. They bring a lot of talent to the program. Now, how they handle failure when they get started at the collegiate level and the psychological end, the emotional end when they're on the field is something they're going to have to work their way through a little bit. But we're really pleased with what they bring. Some speed, pitching, hitting, defense. They can bring something to the table. Look forward to seeing them play. I think it's not me that just has created this program. It's a function of the staff. It's a function of the administration. It's a function of the kids that we bring in here. Are all part of the equation to build a culture that's conducive to winning. And there's a lot that goes into that. It's been a great period of time talking about that. It's a great conversation, but you're looking at trying to make sure you got kids that are grateful for what they're afforded, kids that know how to compete, kids that bring positive energy, kids that are unselfish, kids that buy into what they're talking about and their approach to learning is open, and kids that have good balance in their life between academics, socially, and softball, et cetera, and most important, having fun while they're doing this. So I think there's a lot that goes into how you become successful, and it happens over a period of time. But it isn't just me. It's my staff, it's the kids, it's the administration. There's a lot of people involved in that culture. I think the way softball, competitive nature of softball is today, you've got to get out there and get a chance to play as much as you can to be competitive at the end of the year. And again, our administration is a big part of this. They allow us and support us to go out there and play against the best competition in the country. And we're facing a lot of Power 5 conferences, et cetera, et cetera. But I think the important part, because academics comes way before softball comes, is that our kids are still doing very well in the classroom. I guess our kids had a team GPA at 3.45 last semester. We actually usually do better grade point average wise in the season than in the fall, which is completely astounding. But I think their time management skills, their discipline, their attention to detail with their academics is really a high focus level because of all the travel we do. And surprisingly, we do better GPA wise during our season than out of the season. Maybe we should play all year. But I think the kids do a good job at that. And, it isn't easy. You're competing. You got to get your sleep. You got to get your work done. Just because we play a lot doesn't mean they get any breaks in the classroom. So the kids know that and they take that challenge. It's a combination. We try and build our schedule to face as many of the good teams we possibly can. If we're actually good enough at some point, we'd like to get, if we're able to make the regionals again, you'd like to get a 2 or 3 seed at least and try and get yourself into a regional final. So that plays a lot into it. As I got older, I like to go where it's warm. If it's going to rain on me, it's going to be a warm rain. It's not going to be a freezing rain. So that helps us a lot. But when we go to some warm weather climates, obviously you have a better chance of getting the games in as opposed to going to some iffy climates and spending the money and not playing. That's not good for anybody. So we get a chance to go and play where it's warm, get a chance to play great competition and prepare ourselves for NEC play. And we're fortunate enough to go further to prepare ourselves for a postseason run, which is something we really focused on. The whole year's a process, and it's a building process. It's a learning as a staff as to what we have, where we're at. Kids getting some self-awareness of where they're at as players and a team. But we don't want to take out that win-loss, kind of thing. It's about winning. There's a winner and a loser every game you play. Nobody's walking off in a tie. So the objective is to teach our kids how to compete, how to battle, how to grind it out, how to find ways to win. As we tell our kids, all teams are working hard. All teams are in the weight room. All kids are practicing real hard right now. So we don't have a leg up on anybody. Fortunately, we've been outside. In a lot of previous years, we haven't gotten outside before we've gone down south. But it's really a function now when we play, who's going to work harder, who's going to work smarter, who's going to have more fun. And I think if we do well in those categories, we can get some good results. I mentioned there, and Sobieski and Vic are coming off some terrific years last year. The challenge for both of them is, can they up the level of their game to maybe play at a higher level so that we may have some even further better results. But Erin's, she's horse on the mound for us last year. How it plays out this year, we'll see. We have 5 kids who can pitch, which I think will help us a little bit. But obviously, Erin, we relied on heavily last year, and hopefully, as we go through, we can rely on her heavily as well as the other 4. Vic has had a couple real good seasons for us as a freshman and sophomore. She's a mature kid on the field. But again, her development still needs to kind of continue because we believe she can be a better player for us at the level we're at. And we'll see how that goes. But we don't rely on anybody in particular. My kids know that. On any given day, you never know when your time's going to be out there and the game's in your hands. So the game doesn't know who's supposed to win. The game doesn't know who's playing. The game presents itself and you need to be ready. So we hope all our kids can win.